is about developing and growing a civic agenda around education reform. So bringing together community groups and trade unions and churches and really developing a shared understanding of the context in which education is currently in and the challenges ahead, and how do groups and local people start getting involved in the discussion.
How do you think the budget cuts are going to affect the education system here, and what can we do about it?
Well, they represent a major challenge with the flatline projected budget for the next 4 years, which is going to be very difficult to cope with when the demand for education is actually rising. So some way must be found to reconcile the gap that's going to emerge in the budget.
What I will be asking people to remember is that education is at the end of the day a children's service, and education is a children's right, and at the centre of this entire discussion should be the rights of children to an education, and to an education as defined in the United Nations Charter of Human Rights, not an education as defined by the narrow thinking of people in Northern Ireland.
We all know that sharing breaks down barriers. So the benefits have to be that by breaking down barriers we have greater understanding. But we also have to be careful that in trying to share we don't edge some people out to the peripheries, because once we start to do that, those people will react in defensive ways. So it's got to be really inclusive, and in a sense, in this whole debate about integrated education, integrating education, shared education, we have to use language which is inclusive, which is supportive.
The outside world does find it very strange that we have a very divided, almost apartheid type education system. Education, I think, is absolutely key to our social and economic development in Northern Ireland. So the general well-being of our society depends quite a lot on the part the education system plays. And as I say, people do feel that something is broke and we need to think about how we fix that.
I think there's a real interest by local people and groups to want to be involved around the table and actually being part of shaping an education provision that's appropriate for their areas. But I think time will have to be spent investing in skills and confidence and giving people a sense that they are equal partners around the table.